Some people carry songs. Some carry stories. Some carry poems they've never been brave enough to read out loud. Tonight, the microphone isn't looking for perfection. It's looking for honesty. For the words that kept you awake. The dreams you almost gave up on. The laughter that carried you through. The tears that made you stronger. Every voice has a beginning. Every legend starts with one sentence, one verse, one deep breath. This isn't about being famous. It's about being fearless. Because every time someone steps up, the room gets a little brighter. Every poem becomes a bridge. Every lyric becomes a memory. Every story reminds someone they aren't walking this life alone. So whether your words rhyme or simply come straight from the heart, this stage belongs to you. This microphone belongs to every dream that's been waiting to be heard. Tonight we celebrate courage, creativity, community, and the beautiful power of voices lifting one another higher. So take that first step. Speak your truth. Share your gift. You never know whose life your words might change. Welcome to Open Mic Night, hosted by Colleen Evans and Rebecca Lynn Mills, streaming on the Swain Family Records Network. The stage is ready. The mic is live. Now, let's make memories.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Swain Family Records Open Mic Night, hosted by Colleen Evans and Rebecca Mills. I'm Rebecca Mills, your co-host for the evening. This show was created for poets to be able to read their poems that they've written in a way and express it to our community. And so we want to welcome everyone tonight for joining us and on our show this evening. Colleen, would you like to add anything before I continue on for the evening?
No, anything right now. I'll introduce myself later.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so we're just going to go in order with our participants for the evening. And each person, when it's your turn, you'll introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then you will tell us about your poem and recite your poem for the show tonight. Up first tonight, we have Soulja Lady.
Hey, how you doing? This is Soulja Lady. You can find me on Facebook at Yolanda Warren. Yolanda Warren, and you can find me on my Instagram at YoLove21.
We're very happy to have you on the show tonight,
And
Soulja Lady.
my
Would you like to tell us about your poem and recite
yes,
it for us
it's
whenever
about
you're ready?
yes, it's about my tree and where I come from.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, let us hear it. Okay. Soulja, can you hear us?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I had it.
No, you're fine.
Okay, there it goes. It's called My Tree. Being born in misery is a blessing and a curse to me. Sprouting from a wicked tree, broke into pieces as they pull my leaves. Chop me down, watch me bleed. Why would you, how could you hate your own seed? But in time I regrew. Even though the process was kind of slow, I've got 4 branches and watch them as they glow. I will go 1,000 years without leaves as long as there will show. I will survive through the rain and the snow. The only tree that never falls in the fall stands tall when it's small, and that's my tree.
Thank you very much for sharing your poem with us called My Tree. I really liked it. I could tell it came from the soul and about where you come from, and I really liked it. Anybody else have anything they like to say?
I felt like that was really deep and I really appreciated hearing it.
Soldier always has something nice to say, something good to say. Um, is deep, like always.
I liked it. It was very deep. Good job, sis.
All right. Well, up next, we have Goddess Sunflower. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your poem you'll be reciting for us tonight. And again, whenever you're ready, you may recite your poem.
Thank you. What's popping, y'all? My name is Goddess Sunflower. You can find me here on Facebook at Veronica Walton, and you can find me on IG at Baby Tweety 30. And the poem I'm gonna be reciting for y'all is called My Heart, because sometimes your heart is torn in between of really liking somebody and want to tell them, or you just want to stay in hiding. So I hope y'all like it. You know, my heart is torn in between the two of us. I really want to be with you and grow old with you. But on the other side, I want to hide and never come out of my corner, because I'm so afraid to let you into this fragile, soft side of me that makes me feel naked and breaking all my walls down. When I think about you, I crave you. I want you. I want to hear your voice. I want to see how can I drive you wild with just the thought of me, with just by you saying my name. But on the other hand, I just want to stay locked away from the world and never let my fragile sunflower lose any more of my soft yellow petals that falls deep into the river of tears that make small ripples each time one falls. I'm on the stage right now, singing our favorite song. Like I said, you know my heart is torn in between the two of us. I really want to be with you and grow old with you. But on the other side, I want to stay in the corner and hide. I'm so afraid to let you in this fragile soft side of me that makes me feel naked and afraid, you breaking all my walls down. Just to be with you, I will try and make it through the hard nights with you closing my eyes. I'm supposed to hold you tight, but I cry like a weeping willow. As I say, when I realize I squeeze, it's not you in my arms, it's my pillow. I scream because I realize you're not there. And I feel so sad within myself. That shows how much I really care. Who am I? I'm without you. I'm a woman who needs execution. This relationship makes me feel lost, looking in every direction, but I can't spend my time worrying, will I get you back to where you belong? Only if I want to be here and you feeling ours just as strong as mine, my heart. Thank you.
That was a really good poem. I could feel the soul behind it, and I could also kind of feel what you were feeling with your relationship with the person. And it was a very nice poem. Does anybody else have anything they would like to say?
That was absolutely amazing. And I really liked how I feel like if not all women, most women could relate. So very good job.
I could definitely feel the emotion on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Up next, we have Bobby Reborn. Bobby, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your poem. And again, whenever you're ready, you may recite your poem.
All right, thank you. My name is Bobby Reborn. I am an artist, an independent artist. I make music and I make poetry, and I like to make all kinds of art, honestly. But my poem is called Static Prophet. That is my alter ego, and it's just a little bit of his world. All right. It goes, yo, hello. Let's go. Travel through the astral as we unravel. Another place and time, too divine to shine. When the brine in the cup gets full of thoughts I cannot comprehend. Chasing after disaster. Bang. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. To another galaxy's dimension. Whoa. Whoa. There we go for now.
That was really good, Bobby. I enjoyed it, and I can tell I've heard a lot of your songs and now two of your poems, and I can tell you really put a lot of heart and soul into your writing. And thank you for sharing it with us this evening. Does anybody else have something they'd like to say before we move along?
I just want to say that was beautiful and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, before we move on to our next artist, I'm going to take a moment to thank everyone for tuning in tonight for the Swain Family Records open mic night. If you like what you're seeing and you're interested in being a part of our family, you can search us up under Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena, answer 3 questions, and make sure you check the checkbox at the bottom of the questionnaire, or you will not be accepted into the group. So that's very important that you do that. If you have more faith-based music, you can look at joining our sister station, Swain Family Records Kingdom Sound. Again, you'll answer the 3 questions to be in the group and check the checkbox, and you will be able to join that group as well. We stream on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, just to name a few. Some of the other artists, like you said, stream their stuff on other streaming platforms. So if you like something you see, reach out to the artist and find out how you can find more of their stuff. All right. Up next on for the evening, we have Mr. Jim B. Please take a moment to tell us a little bit about yourself and your poem. And whenever you're ready, you can recite your poem.
Okay. Thanks for having me tonight. Um, I don't normally read my poetry aloud. I tend to take it and make it into songs. Um, but this one, I wrote this one this morning. Um, oh yeah. Before I do that, I'm Jim B. I'm kind of all over the place, so just look me up. You'll find me. Okay, this one's called "Enough for Today." Um, I let the morning find me before I look for answers. For now, the quiet is enough. I don't chase every thought that passes. Maybe some things are meant to drift by. Some days ask less of me than others. Time has a way of sanding through rough edges. I keep finding small reasons to smile. Little things still count. Long roads don't always need a destination. Home isn't always a place. Even silence can feel familiar. Rest comes easier when I stop fighting the wind. Enough is enough for today. Tomorrow will arrive whether I plan for it or not. One sunrise has always led to another. Maybe that's all this moment needs. Only this breath, this heartbeat, this view. Rain eventually lets the light come through. Rain, rain eventually lets the light back through. Regardless of yesterday, today still belongs to me. One step is still movement. Whatever comes next, I'll meet it when it gets here.
Thank you very much for sharing your poem, Jim. I know I've heard most of your stuff through music, and it's always very entertaining. And I can tell it also when you do your more serious stuff, it comes from your heart and soul. So it was a very good poem, and thank you for sharing it with us tonight. Anybody else like to chime in?
I thought it was very encouraging.
Yeah, it was really nice. Thanks, Jimmy. That's good. Very inspiring.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Up next, we have Damien, also known as Day Day. When you can tell us a little bit about yourself and your poem and recite it whenever you are ready.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, name of the title of my poem is called "Acting by Heart." It's actually a poem by a first stage play I wrote back when I was in college, by the same title. But here it goes. They gave me a script before they gave me a voice. They told me where to stand, where to smile, when to break. Funny thing is, nobody rehearsed me for silence, so I learned to improvise. I wore confidence like a stage makeup, covered the cracks with applause, bowed to empty seats, then walked home still carrying it. People clapped for the role, but ignored the actor. They loved the performance, not the pulse. I've cried behind curtains that never opened, laughed in scenes that weren't written for me, took bows for victory that still felt like losses. You can rewrite the scene, but the scars remain the first draft. So don't ask me to fake hope. Watch me build it. No costumes, no cue cards, no standing ovation, just a man, still forgetting his lines, still stepping into the stage, still acting by heart.
Thank you very much for sharing your poem with us this evening, Damien. Again, I could feel your passion behind it and your soul behind it, and could also relate to what you were saying in your poem, and I really enjoyed it. Anybody else?
I thought it definitely deserved to be like a monologue of a production or something like that, and it went right along with what he was saying about the production and all that. But yeah, it was very deep and
Thank you,
Great,
passionate.
thank you.
great job. Great job. Sound really good. And as everybody else said, deep.
All right. Well, that brings us to the next poem of the night, which is my poem that I wrote. And I wrote it for someone special in my life, who has been there for me when I've needed them the most. So it's called The Man Who Always Finds Me. And if you search me up, Rebecca Lynn Mills, you can find all my stuff on Facebook, my music that I've released, and everything else. But I hope you guys enjoy my poem, The Man Who Always Finds Me. I could write 1,000 poems and still not find the words to tell you what you mean to me or how deeply you are loved. You are the man who sees me when I don't know how to be seen, who holds me through chaos when my thoughts become a storm. When my world begins to crumble, when the tears refuse to stop, you never run from all my pieces. You simply help me find the calm. You know the words I need to hear. You know when to say a thing. Sometimes all I need is your embrace and the peace that only you can bring. You've saved my life more times than once. You've pulled me through the darkest days, and somehow you still stand beside me, loving me through every phase. You love me without conditions, without asking me to change. You take the complicated parts of me and somehow make them beautiful again. And then there are your surprises, the thoughtful little things you do, the unexpected moments that remind me how lucky I am to have you. You don't need grand declarations or diamonds scattered at my feet. Sometimes it's simply knowing you thought of me when we were apart. And then there's that ridiculous smile, that laugh I can't resist. You can turn my worst day upside down with one sarcastic little quip. You make me laugh when I'm hurting. You make me smile when I feel low. And somehow your contagious laughter reminds my heart where I should go. You're protective in the sweetest way, always watching over me, not because you think I'm helpless, but because you love me fiercely. You are my shelter in the storm, my laughter in the rain, my steady hand when I am lost, my comfort through the pain. You see me at my absolute worst and love me at my best. You've held my heart with gentle hands and given my soul a place to rest. So if I don't say it often enough, let these words say it for me. I love you more than words can hold, more than these pages could ever be. Thank you for every rescue, every laugh, every embrace, every unexpected little gift, every smile upon your face. Thank you for loving all of me, even the parts I struggle to understand, for being my safe place in this world and the man who always takes my hand. If life gives us storms, I'll face them by your side. If life gives us laughter, I'll laugh with you until we cry. And if I had the chance to live this life again through every road, every chapter, I'd choose you all over again. Because you aren't simply my husband, you are my home, my heart, my friend. And no matter where this life may take us, one thing will always remain true. I will keep choosing you through every sunrise and every night because loving you is not just something I do. It is one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given in this life. So
That was beautiful, Rebecca. That was so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
oh, you're very welcome. And he did not hear it until tonight when I read it on this live. So I hope he enjoyed it as well.
I think that makes it even better, girl.
Well, I try. Anybody else have anything to say before we move on to the next person?
Amazing job.
There was a lot of love in that.
All right. Well, our final poet for the night is our other host for the evening, Miss Colleen. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your poem, and whenever you're ready, you may read it to us.
Hey y'all, I'm Colleen. So Moses and I came up with this idea to do poetry night because I send him poems and he turns them into music. So he thought it would be a good thing to do an open mic night, what we're doing right now. And so that's why I'm the host. This is my second time hosting. That's why Becca is really helping me out. You can find my songs on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and I think Instagram. And my poetry is literally like everywhere. So just have to find it. The poem I'm going to recite tonight is a letter I would have written to myself as a child. So it's called Letter for Us. Dear grown-up me, don't rush so fast. Some of life's best gifts are meant to last. You'll want tomorrow before today's through, but what's meant for you will find its way to you. When red flags wave, make yourself turn away. Believe what they show you from the very first day. Don't paint them pink or call them love. The right kind of peace comes from above. Guard your heart, but still let it care. Love with kindness, love it with prayer. Forgive with grace, release the hurt, because grudges belong in the dirt. Don't hand your power to those who deceive. Not everyone deserves what you believe. Walk away proudly when respect is lost. Your light never belonged to anyone but the boss. Be patient. Love, your time will come. Don't measure a life next to anyone. And when you dream of a baby to hold, trust heaven's timing more than your own. Don't hurry motherhood because others say your little miracle will find its day. When your heart is ready and the season is right, you'll cradle a love that feels just right. There will be tears you cannot explain, nights that echo with silent pain, but every struggle and every scar will shape the woman you truly are. The struggles won't break you, they'll make you stand with stronger faith and steadier hands. One day you'll smile through every test because the hardest roads will bring you your best. Choose peace more often than being right. Protect your soul, defend your light. The people who love you won't make you feel small. When you find real love, you won't question it all. So breathe, sweet girl, don't fear the climb. Life unfolds in perfect time. The child in me has always known you'll bloom the brightest after you've grown. And when you wonder if you've done enough, remember this truth when life gets tough. Everything you survived, every lesson, every test from above was building the woman you will one day love. So keep your heart open, your spirit free. The best version of us is who you'll be. Love deeply, forgive, and let hope be your guide. I believed in you all along from the child inside.
Wow, that was a really good poem, Colleen. I could kind of relate to some of the things that you were saying as well, and I could kind of feel what you were going through when you wrote the letter to yourself. Thank you for sharing it with us this evening. It was a very beautiful poem. Does anybody else have any comments they'd like to say?
Very well written. Um, yeah, the expression was all there. Very, very well written.
All right. Well, that is all of our artists for the evening. But before we close out and say goodbye for the evening, I want to take a moment to let you know about some of our upcoming shows. Right after us at 9 p.m. tonight is the Swain Family Records Comedy Club Lyrics and Laughs, hosted by Clayton Barnes and Jim B. Then on Friday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. UK time, we have the Global Sounds Top 5 Countdown, or as he calls it now, the Fakery Chart. So tune in to listen to that. Then at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have our new member spotlight showcase. And then right after that, we have our Ladies versus Gentlemen Creative Battle song with the topics Worst Date Ever, Catfish Chronicles, Dating App Disaster, and Blind Date Mystery. Tune into that because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very fun and interesting battle. Then on Saturday at 7 p.m., we have Fantasy Fiction Live hosted by me and Omega Night Moon. And then at 10 p.m., we have Midnight Confessions hosted by Dirty Diana and Dante Vale. And then on Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have Mr. OGP Swain's Global Sounds Origins, Episode 4, The Arrival, followed by our Kingdom Sound event at its new time at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're interested in that event, you'll sign up on the Kingdom Sounds page and reach out to one of the members. I know Damien is one of the new moderators of that group, and he can give you some more information about that. And then at the top of the week, it brings us at 7 p.m. We have our podcast of Unfiltered and Unapologetic with Kay and Yetta. Then at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have Jamming with Scarlett and Omega. And on Tuesdays, we do our Global Sound Top 5 reveal at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. UK time. At 7 p.m. Central Standard, we have Talking with Tanya and Beth. And then at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have Tuesday's May Day. And then on Wednesdays at 7 p.m., we have our Wildcard Wednesday slot. And then at 9 p.m. on Thursday nights or Wednesday nights, we have the Noe Boys show hosted by Forge and Blacktop King. And then that brings us back to the top of the week, where on Thursdays we have Chaotic Thursdays, which is our kid-friendly show hosted by Novastar, aka Fozzie. And then you have our open mic night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then again, follow back through the cycle. We always post our schedules every Sunday on the Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena. So you can keep for that to look to see if there's any changes to the schedule or upcoming events. And anytime you're interested in participating in any of the events, you can reach out to the hosts that are hosting those shows. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us tonight on the Swain Family Records Network for our open mic open mic poetry night. Colleen, do you have anything you want to say before we close out the evening?
No, only. Okay.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Colleen.
Okay. Everyone, thank you for joining. And if you like, make sure you share, subscribe, join the family on Facebook, answer all the questions. Like she said, check all the boxes, and make sure you show your support for your favorite.
All right. Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope to see you next week. Have a good evening.
Tonight people brought poems. Some carried stories they had never spoken aloud. Some carried pain, some carried hope, and some carried words that had been waiting far too long to be heard. Every poet who stepped up to this microphone left something meaningful behind, a feeling, a memory, or a truth someone else needed to hear. To every poet who opened their heart and shared their words tonight, thank you for being fearless. To everyone who listened, supported, laughed, cried, and lifted these voices higher, thank you for becoming part of the story. The lights may fade and the room may grow quiet, but the words spoken tonight will continue traveling long after we leave. So keep writing, keep creating, keep speaking your truth. Your voice matters. Your story matters somewhere. Someone is waiting to hear the poem only you can share. From Colleen Evans, Rebecca Lynn Mills, and the Swain Family Records Network, thank you for joining us for Mic Drop Poetry Night. Until we meet again, protect your dreams, speak from the heart, and never be afraid to take the microphone. The stage will be ready. The microphone will be waiting. Good night.